At Charles Elcos, it's always going to be windy. The wind's always going to be a factor, but definitely not as windy as it looked like it was yesterday. So we'll see if it plays a factor or not today.
We saw a pitcher's duel in the second game between these two, and strike one from Reed to Zach Morris. Ball fouled away by Morris. Morris 3 for 8, 3 RBIs, a triple, a homer, and 2 runs scored in this series. But ahead in the count is Reed 0-2. And off speed is high and away. Jaden Melendez is catching. Reed showed just flashes of it. He just hasn't put it together consistently. Ball fouled away.
Right, and that's something Coach Bell talked about, and he knows he's a young guy, but getting the opportunity to start on the weekends, and he showed that he's got the ability. It's just really about putting it together and showing that consistency.
Mike Bell, the Panthers head coach, in his 6th season. And the 1-2 is popped up, and the wind's going to blow that out of play. Yeah, the wind's moving from left to right field, much like yesterday. It's just the miles an hour down significantly. You see Old Glory. There's left field here at Charles Elcos Field. First batter of the game. Duke won the first 2 games of the series, and now the 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Morris an on-base percentage of .419. You could see how he's just working early in this first at bat. And there's a line drive to center field. Popo over and makes the catch. A.J. Gracia. Alex Stone 5 for 9 in the series. He bats third. Bravo's had a nice series. It's not a lineup that scares you, but they've got a little bit of length and guys that will work pitchers and very fundamentally sound. We saw that, at the end of the game yesterday. Get a double, bunt them over, sack fly.
Right. I mean, they do what it takes to win, and then they've showed us that so far this weekend. And it's not always about the big flashy numbers and the home runs, but it's about coming up with the clutch hits when it matters, and they've done that so far.
A.J. Gracia with 1 out and a 1-1 count. That ball is looped into center field and is going to drop. And took a high hop for a second, but Fogel able to put on the brakes, and a first hit of the game and first hit of the series for Gracia. Decent lead over at first, but it's going to have to do it against a lefty. Strike called on Alex Stone. Stone 3 extra base hits, 4 RBIs in this series. And ball just inside. Alex Stone had a 30-game hitting streak last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy, Coach Pollard really harped on it as how he's really like the heart and soul of this lineup and this team. And he's being an older guy, and when he's going well, like we saw yesterday, the whole lineup really feeds off that and goes well as well.
And you look at that ACC play, and man, he has come on as Duke has come on. There's a ground ball to Zuckerman, high hop throw over to second. They get the one, and they turn the double play. Look for a second to be tough just to get the force, and the Panthers able to turn. He's given up 4 hits, 1 run. Look at that ERA. The whip is 0.5. Only 4 walks on the season. It comes a little 3-quarter, which is I imagine Nico's got to make it tough on righties.
Yeah, and that height too, 6'5". I mean, he's a very big, imposing presence on the mound. But I mean, you mentioned it, only 4 hits all season in 16 innings. It's pretty impressive stuff. So definitely look out for the stuff that he's going to show today. And for the Panther hitters, you really just you can't look at the stats. You can't worry about that. You just have to execute your at bats and try to get pitches in the zone.
He's never given up more than 1 hit in an appearance, and all 4 hits he's given up are singles. Cantwell, Melendez, Justin Fogel, C.J. Funk, Dom, Tyler, and Jonas St. Antoine gets an opportunity as the DH, the freshman. And first pitch is inside. Cantwell 1 for 7 in the series with a double, but 3 RBIs, so it's been timely with the hit and other opportunities. And quickly ahead 2-0. Second on the team in homers, and the 2-0 is strike called. Looks like there's pretty good velocity on there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, really all of the guys we've seen from Duke this weekend have some real velocity on their fastballs, and I mean he's shown that so far.
It's interesting that one fastball is on the outside corner, and you look how Duke is playing Cantwell. If Cantwell hits it down the third base line, you see all that room right there. He could run for a while. Cantwell fouls it back. Lefty Luke Cantwell ready for the 3-2 pitch. And the Panthers have a base runner. Duke will look to do to Pitt what Pitt did to them in the top of the first and try to turn 2. Melendez grounds to short, flipped to second for 1, and on to first. Pulled off the bag is the first baseman, so just a force out. We're seeing both catchers put it on the ground early in this game, but Melendez able to get down to first. And a good job by Cantwell to bother the second baseman.
Yeah, definitely. And that ball by Melendez, not hit particularly hard, would have been a tough ball to roll 2 on anyway. But hey, they still made it a close play.
So now Melendez at first and 1 out, and Fogel is up. 2 for 7 with a run in this series. Fouls it back. Tough guy to strike out is Fogel. 1-1 is skied into left field. In comes the left fielder Winslow. And that one pretty much stayed in the on path.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we haven't seen here so far this weekend. Usually ball goes in the air, it's going about 20-30 feet to the right with towards right field based on that wind, but that one actually just stayed true. So still odd though, because you see the flag moving.
Right. C.J. Funk, the senior from Bellefonte, looks at a ball high. One of the Panthers in his career that is homered at PNC Park, which is cool. Ball 2.
Yeah,
what did you do when you played there?
I might have hit a home run as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of the cooler baseball memories. But I mean, you mentioned about Funk. He's definitely a guy that this Panther lineup needs to get going, because he's a leader on this team, and he's a guy that's done it before and been there before. So they're really hoping that once he gets going, this offense can maybe start rolling a little bit more.
And 4 wide ones to Funk, and 2 on for the Panthers with 2 outs. So did you take a moment as you were rounding the bases at the Pirates' home after you homered to like look or to think about it, or were you still just locked in?
I mean, honestly, like I don't want to say I blacked out, but like, hey, it was a really cool experience. But I watched that video, you know, here and there every once in a while just to remember a little bit.
You were looking at Chris Pollard, the head coach of the Duke Blue Devils. 750 wins. That second game last night was number 750 for Pollard. Has won at least 30 games in 8 of the last 9 seasons. There's a line drive into right field and down from Dom Popa. A run is going to score, and the Panthers take an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's big right there. Big by Popa, and we talked about him on the.
Just the second run allowed by Boivay. And there's still runners on the corners and 2 outs. Bishke, the second baseman, looks at a strike called. And really for Boivay, it's been getting behind in counts that's hurt him, and then Dom just jumped on him.
Exactly, and we saw why the Duke staff had so much success yesterday was because they were able to get ahead of hitters and you know, do what they wanted to do. But whenever you're falling behind hitters, it makes it tougher, and the hitters become more comfortable in the at bats, and you've seen that so far to start this game.
2-1 the count on Bishke. And there's a ground ball, diving stop by Morris up to his feet, and he gets the out. Big play by Zach Morris with the glove. Crazy good ACC. Ball inside to Logan Bravo. Bravo 3 for 7, a pair of home runs, 1 in each game. And a ground ball right up the middle. Bishke throw over. And the first out. Wallace Clark, the shortstop. He's 2 for 7 this series with a double, RBI, walk. And strike called as Reed mainly working ahead in the count.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a recipe for success for Reed so far today. And then when he's working ahead, he has the ability to, you know, mix his pitches and mix his speeds, and it gives him a lot better opportunity to have success.
And the 1-1 is strike called right down the pipe. See the wind blowing the uniform a little bit. The 1-2 pitch is line foul. Wallace Clark, a transfer from Oklahoma. He was all Big 12 freshman team with the Sooners. 1-2 pitch. A good take there by Clark.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup there from Reed, and that's something he's going to want to go to. That's more of his put-away pitch, especially against right-handed hitters.
2-2 pitch is lined into right field. Coming on is C.J. Funk to make the catch. Clark just went with it there. Got all the way out to about 2/3 of the way into the outfield. Devin Obie. You ever been to Nashville?
I have, actually, yeah. Went for to watch the Panthers play, actually, playing Lipscomb a couple years back.
And a ground out by the Nashville native. Lefty hitter is the DH today, and looks at a ball high. So word travels, you're just watching the game. If you're a hitter, are you almost coming up like, okay, let me make him throw me a strike?
Yeah, I mean, he's looked a little off his game to start so far today, and it's really just he hasn't worked ahead of hitters. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're the Panther hitters here, you got to be patient. You got to be patient. Make him throw some strikes. See a few pitches.
And San Antoine has seen 3 in all balls. And now a strike to the DH. And still the opportunity to look for your pitch or let it go at 3-1. Quick stretch. Boivay ready to go. 3-1 pitch is ball 4. Third walk. Jake Kendrow, the shortstop, is up next. Panthers are able to get a run home, a walk, fielder's choice, and another walk and a base hit by Dom Popa. And if not for a great play by Zach Morris, Panthers may have gotten more in the first. Looking to bunt, showing bunt, and getting the job done successfully. Boivay nearly threw it over the top of the first baseman, but able to get the sacrifice out. Runner at second. And 1 out. Kendrow gets the sack down.
Yeah, nice execution there from Kendrow. And good job. And that's something that the Panthers, I think, you know, the coaching staff's kind of stressed a little more is just trying to manufacture some runs. I mean, they've struggled a bit sometimes to put up some runs. So it's just about manufacturing some. And that's a good job there, just to get the guy into scoring position.
So it's a ground out to third. Zuckerman said it was off him. The umpires don't seem to know. They're looking for help. It's Darren Spagnardi. And Mike Bell comes out talking to Craig Barron, the second base umpire. And now runner at second for Luke Cantwell, who walked in the first inning. And you know, when things seem to be not going your way, you get those calls don't seem to go your way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a situation like that, just unfortunate for the Panthers, and I'm not sure if that's a reviewable play or not. But yeah, it's an unfortunate happening there.
Yeah, unfortunately not. 1-1 pitch to Cantwell. Good off speed. Bends into the strike zone. Now 1-2. And if you're the Blue Devils, this might be a chance. That little shot in the arm that you were looking for. 1-2 pitch is outside. So a leadoff walk, then a sacrifice down to second. And then what's ruled a ground out for the second out. 2-2 pitch. It's outside. 3-2. Jaden Melendez on deck. Game 3 of the series here in Pittsburgh. 3-2, 2-out pitch. And ball 4. 2 consecutive walks for Cantwell. So Jaden Melendez has the ability to do something special. And we saw that yesterday.
Right, and that ball absolutely hammered through the wind. Wind coming in at, 15 before having starter experience.
Melendez, he just chops it right in front of the catcher. Stone throws it to first, and Panthers leave.
Need to fill up the zone, pitch to contact, and they've shown that so far, and it's been the reason why he's had some success so far.
Ball fouled away. Mason Winslow, the batter, first batter here of the third. And that one's fouled. And as much as we're talking about the Panthers maybe being patient with Boivay, it seems like Duke realizes that Reed is throwing strikes and they're attacking right away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's shown that he's trying to work ahead of hitters here. So if you're the Duke hitters, you got to recognize that, and you got to go up there and be aggressive.
How about that pitch from Ryan Reed? Backdoors that curveball in, and first strikeout of the game. How tough would this be to try to hit?
Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful pitch there. Like, you can, as a hitter, you can't do much with that because it looks like a ball out of the hand, and then it just backdoors you. Just great execution from Reed, and he's looked really sharp.
Kyle Johnson, the freshman, hasn't had a lot of opportunities at the plate, and lines one right up the middle. He can do it all.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him start game 2 yesterday, and good piece of hitting there. And like we talked about, good approach. He recognized that Reed's coming right attacking these hitters, and like the aggressiveness early in the count.
Who is the best two-way player you played against? Did you play against McKay?
Brendan McKay. Oh, for sure. He faced him my freshman year, actually, out at Louisville, and I think he punched out 15 Friday night. He was lights out.
And he's probably like 6 for 12 at the plate or something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he was almost as a better hitter than he was pitcher. He hammered the baseball.
It's a shame the injuries for him have, kind of sidetracked his pro career to this point. Kyle Johnson at first. It's a second single of the game for Duke. Johnson does have a stolen base, and a ball inside to Harrison Rogers. Rogers has played in a lot of games, but this is only his 4th start. And lines it into right field. So a couple of batters that don't get a ton of opportunities with line drive base hits, and now 2 on and 1 out for the Blue Devils. Well, Zach Morris, who flew out to center in the first, made a great defensive play in the bottom of the first. Morris has driven in 3 this series. 2 on, 1 out. Oh, nice pitch by Reed.
Yeah, like that, like the first pitch breaking ball there. It looked like the Duke hitter's starting to get a little bit comfortable seeing his fastball early in count. So like the breaking ball there, good execution to flip it in there for a strike.
Ball low and inside. Big on Melendez now too, with turf everywhere. Keep that ball in front of him. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Little wide, throw over to first is blocked by Cantwell. They do get the out at second base. Just a tough turn for Kendro because the ball kind of tailed to the to the left field side.
You're right, exactly, and that's a tough throw for Reed, especially because you're throwing. He's throwing the ball like from the mound down to second base, so it does make it a little bit of an awkward throw in that situation. But Morris with good speed would have been tough even with a good throw to probably double up. But brings up a big at bat here with 2 outs.
And a sneaky good play there by Cantwell to just know to get off the base, block it, do whatever you can to keep that from going towards the dugout. Strike called on A.J. Garcia, who singled in the first. See the 38 driven in this year for the freshman. First and second, 2 outs here in the third. Runner goes, and a fake throw, and a stolen base for Zach Morris. So now 2 in scoring position. The inning started with a caught-looking strikeout, that single fielder's choice. And you look at Gracia and how he stacks up with some of the really good freshmen. Man, it is a good class.
Yeah, we saw Burris last weekend here. Kid can really swing. It saw Ford a few weeks ago.
That Virginia team is good.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch. Just outside. Third game of the series. Duke won the first two. 3-1 pitch. And now the bases are loaded for Alex Stone. Ball low.
Yeah, it's early, but this is a big at bat here.
And strike.
Really nice spot there with the fastball. Now that gives him the opportunity to maybe go back to the backdoor breaking ball, maybe the changeup. But if he's able to command that fastball in the inner half, that's where really you want to attack him.
And now he's ahead 1-2. Bases loaded with Blue Devils. Johnson, Morris, and Gracia. One-two pitch. Swing and fouled. That definitely was off him.
Yeah. They called that one early.
Stone looks like he's all right. How much armor did you wear when you played?
Oh, leg guard, elbow guard. I mean, why not, right? They didn't have the hand guard. The hand guard is newer. They didn't have that, at least when I was in college. Or at least it wasn't really popular. Now you see a lot of the guys wearing the hand guard at the plate as well.
You're saying if you would have been allowed, you would have gone up there like a stormtrooper, like just everything covered, ball outside.
Hey, it's never fun to get hit or hit. I feel like the foul ball that you hit off yourself always hurts worse.
Because you can't get upset with anybody but yourself. Is that part of it?
That might play a role, you know.
2-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded here for the Blue Devils. And a line drive right at Zuckerman, who will trot over to third base, and that'll do it. The Panthers get out of it as we head to the bottom of second inning for Higgins. He's able to get Melendez to ground out, and his previous batter. See, Fogel is 0 for 1. Fogel, Funk, and Popa for the Panthers. First time seeing Higgins. And the hat leaves. A dutiful third baseman here. Harrison Rogers grabs it. Now he's got his own tag issue. Strike called. If you're watching from Duke, or you're a Duke player, you must think that Pittsburgh is the windiest place on earth. It's one of those weekends. 2-1 pitch, and it's slowly hit ground ball. Shortstop up with it, throw over. Nice and smooth for Clark to get Vogel. Thought maybe there was enough taken off that it's a chance for an infield hit.
Yeah, I mean, nice job by Clark coming and charging hard on that, and that he made that look just routine.
CJ Funk walked in the first. And Higgins, the overhand curveball, strike one. on strike 2. It's the obvious difference between the 2 pitchers for Duke is working ahead in counts.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's shown that he has the ability to throw multiple pitches for strikes, and that's really a key.
Stretch and the 0-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout by the Blue Devils. 2 outs here in the 3rd. Don Popa drove in the only run of this game so far. Undrive single in the 1st. And ground ball hit hard and off the glove of the shortstop, Clark. So 2-out base runner for the Panthers. So Tyler Bischke now for Pitt. Popa has the ability to steal, and I think Higgins might know that.
Yeah, I mean, Pope is really the only guy in the Pitt lineup that has multiple stolen bases. So, I mean, hey, with 2 outs, look for him maybe to go. I mean, Higgins is pretty quick to the plate, and he's got a short arm action, so he's definitely quick. But you might as well force the issue, right? Try to get a runner in scoring position, and try to pick up a run, because he's looked like he's going to be a tough guy to score multiple runs off of.
And Higgins quickly gets 2 strikes on Bischke. Bischke grounded one hard left of Zach Morris. Morris made a diving play with runners on to get Duke out of the 1st inning. And he's swinging a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Higgins. They're finding a way to win those tight games, are the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and really that's the key in conference play. It's every game's going to be tough, and it's tough to win on the weekends, and it's really about doing the little things, and they've shown that so far this weekend, and that's why they've come away with 2 wins.
Duke 7-3 on the road this year, and a swing and a miss. 2 good pitches to Bravo. Duke will go to Gardner Webb, and then they travel to Virginia Tech. I mean, it just does. I don't care who you're playing every weekend. It is a challenge. Chris Pollard's done a nice job with this Duke program. Ball lifted into right field. Funk glasses down, puts it away. Wallace Clark flew out to right field in his lone at bat. Ryan Reed, 48 pitches. Got out of that bases loaded jam with 2 outs last inning. Ball inside. And line drive foul by Clark. Clark's dad played baseball and football at Missouri.
It's impressive. Dual sport. It's tough to do now. You don't see that. You don't see that a lot anymore, just because of the demand it takes.
And played in the Reds organization. Yeah, you imagine what it would be like when you get done with baseball season and you get like a week, and then football is asking you to get going.
Right, and then you are in college, so you have classes on top of that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you would need some insane time management.
And just miracle health. And there's a shot into left field. Coming in and making a diving catch is Fogel. So some of those line drives can be tough to judge, and it looked like he may have been thinking about letting it hop, and then at the last second decided to. You played outfield. What's that mindset on the ball like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely in left field with a right-handed hitter, that ball tends to, hook towards the left field line. So it's tough to tell sometimes off the bat, hey, is this ball going to hook or is it going to stay true towards me? And that one stayed true, and it gave Fogel the opportunity to close in on it.
Ball high 2-0 to Obi. So he's seeing good defense from both sides. Defense playing key role. 2-1 the count now. Ryan Reed just keeps rolling along. Just misses. Two outs here in the fourth, and the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Obi against Reed. 3-2 is a high fly ball to center field. Popa is back, and it is well gone. Evan Obi, a solo home run to tie it here in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean that ball was hammered. The wind played no factor in that one. Just a great swing by Obi. Got the fastball over the middle, and when you leave a fastball over the middle to a hitter like Obi, he's going to make you pay for it.
Here it is again.
Yeah, I mean that center cut up in the zone too.
And ball one now to Mason Winslow. To that confidence thing we were saying, solo home runs, it's okay,
Yeah, exactly. Coach Bell always says, hey, solo home runs aren't going to hurt you, because really, how many solo home runs are they going to hit? It's about making sure you're limiting the damage with guys on base. So you give up a solo home run, hey, that's all right. Got to come back, get the next hitter.
2-1 the count on Winslow. Oh for 3 in the second game yesterday, and the grounds one to Cantwell. Cantwell drops it for a second, has to dive to first base and comes up short. So after getting the ground ball, he just lost it as he was running towards the base, and another base runner here.
Yeah, I mean that's tough, and the defense has really had Reed's back so far this game, and you just see their little laps. But if you're Reed, you just gotta bounce back. You gotta bounce back and get this hitter.
Kyle Johnson, the DH. It's an off-speed pitch for a strike. Home run by Obi. Winslow gets on the error, as we are 1-1 here in the fourth. Now ahead 0-2. Reed seems pretty unfazed by what's happened. Came back and got a couple of strikes here, trying to put Kyle Johnson away, but a throw over to first. Winslow does not have a steal this year. It's not a Duke team that's going to run a lot, although they will on occasion. Ball high. 6 stolen bases for Morris. 5 each for Gracia and Obi. Good patience by Kyle Johnson. Evens the count. A run here in the 4th. Tie the game. The home run by Obi. 2-2 count now on Kyle Johnson. Is now 3-2.
Yeah, and see that's the thing there for Reed. Gets ahead 0-2, but now 3 misses to bring it back to 3-2. And you know Coach Bell, he's one of them. Hey, we gotta make a pitch here in this situation.
So 2 on now with 2 outs. And Harrison Rogers, the number 9 hitter. See Mike Bell making some notes, and some guys running down to the bullpen. Ball just inside.
Yeah, I mean that's a good take by Johnson, because it's a close pitch, but that's definitely a ball. So I mean, good take. This
is the batter. Colorado Mesa University. Is from San Diego. And ball outside. He's got a cool side job, or he did. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this in Cameron Indoor, but when he was at Colorado Mesa, he was the PA announcer for the basketball games.
That's awesome.
I'm assuming that they've got somebody that does that at Duke. That probably likes their job doing it.
You would think, right?
One now on Harrison Rogers. Pitch count up to 71 for Reed. And a ball, 2-1. The inning started innocently enough, and a swing and a miss. A couple of flyouts, one on a diving catch in left field by Fogel. Then a home run, error, and a walk. Now a 2-2 count on Harrison Rogers with Zach Morris on deck. And now 3-2. And a ground ball foul. Lefty's up in the pit bullpen. That's Fireved. 3-2 pitch coming from Ryan Reed. And a line drive into center field. Popa over and puts it away. El Cos Field. Jonas St. Antoine leading off here. Panthers got their run in the first inning, an RBI single by Dom Popa. St. Antoine walked in his first at bat. Then Kendro and Zuckerman for the Panthers against Higgins. Higgins has come on. There was an error that allowed a base runner But other than that, Higgins, a couple strikeouts, throwing strikes. Although behind 2-0 here to Jonah, who shows bunt and pulls it back. Do you used to try that move where you disrupt the pitcher by showing bunt?
No, I don't think. And actually talking with pitchers, it doesn't really work. So and you see that there, he threw a strike. So yeah, that it wasn't really a thing. Maybe like in Little League it worked, but not really at the college level.
Well, freshmen got to learn.
That's right. Yeah, it's I respect it. I respect the idea. It's just
and fouling it back. Now 3-2.
I just think too, if when you're doing that, you're not getting your timing down. So if you're gonna take the pitch anyway, you might as well take it like you're hitting, so at least you can get your timing on the pitch.
Big shift here. The left side wide open, and it hits him. So first base runner on here for the Panthers. Jake Kendro bunted in his first at bat. Ball just really no chance. It gets in on your knee. You bunt again?
Maybe, but I like Kendro's at bats and what we've seen out of him. And he's one of the better bats in the Panther lineup. So I think you let him swing away here.
Yeah, you see the average at 302. The on base percentage is 417. 0-1 pitch, faking going. Now a throw down to first base on a hop. San Antoine scampers back. Higgins now into his third inning with the throw over. Hasn't allowed a hit. Has obviously hit a batter, and runner got on due to an error. 1-1 pitch. Strike called. Panthers 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Obviously, San Antoine still at first base. 1-2 pitch. There's a high fly ball to center field. Back it goes, and gone. Jake Kendro with his 6th home run.
Yeah, and Jeff, we talked about maybe the sac bunt his last at bat. I think they made the right move letting him swing away there. Just a great piece of hitting, similar to what we saw from Obi. Fastball left up in the zone, center cut, and he hammers it.
You could tell he felt the solid contact, but then he takes off because you just don't know sometimes.
Right, and that's a deep part of the park. That's 400 plus.
So the Panthers back in the lead, 3-1. Now Ryan Zuckerman with nobody out here in the 4th inning. And for the first time all series, the Panthers dent the Duke bullpen.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. That's a big swing and a run that the Panthers needed after the Blue Devils put up a run there in the top of the 4th. That's a big bounce back.
3-1 pitch fouled away. Ryan Zuckerman, 233 average. A big swing and a miss. Looking for home run 6. Zuckerman has 6 extra base hits. 5 are homers. 2-2 to the third baseman. Now 3-2. Luke Cantwell in the top of the order is up next. You see Cantwell. A couple of walks today. He's Mr. Walk. 3-2 pitch. It's fouled back. So there's a road that runs right behind here. First 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good high heat by Higgins, gets Zuckerman. And you pull up to the park and there's on-street parking there. And you see people pull in, especially with out-of-town plates, and you're thinking, you probably don't realize. There they are. It's a great spot.
It's close to the
at
field.
At your own risk.
Yeah, that's the danger zone.
Yeah, you walk out of here and boom, car gone. Take a look around the car before you leave. Third strikeout by Higgins. Cantwell looks at a strike, 1-1. There's a high fly ball to right field. Man, is that tattooed. Luke Cantwell, 7th home run of the season. Second home run of the inning for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big swing there.
You made a comment during batting practice that it just seemed like the ball was flying today.
Yeah, I mean, a nice warm day. Those are the best days to hit, and gets that breaking ball up in the zone. It just absolutely hammers it.
You know, Jaden Melendez. Wonder what he's thinking right now.
Hey, let's go back to back. That's what that's probably what he is thinking.
Leads the Panthers with 10 home runs. Higgins with strike 2. Melendez scored a run. That fielder's choice in the first. And looks at called strike 3. So it's been an interesting inning for the Panthers. You get a hit batter, a homer, a strikeout, a homer, and a strikeout. It's an all or nothing inning. Of course, the game is kind of more all or nothing. Justin Fogel is not an all or nothing type batter, though. That makes a lot of contact.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough guy to strike out, and we've kind of seen Higgins. He gives up the 2 home runs, but bounces back with strikeouts. But yeah, it looks like the Panthers are just, whenever he makes a mistake up in the zone, they've been making him pay for it.
And a swing and a miss now, 0-2. So good bounce back by Higgins. See Cantwell. Ball outside. And now if you're Ryan Reed, you can get out there and get one more inning in. You could qualify for the win. Ball high. Obviously a long way to go in this game, but sure, it's a thought process. 2-2 the count now on Fogel. And just soft little liner off the glove of the third baseman Rogers. He spun a couple different ways. And the ball lands into left field. What do you think?
Yeah, and see, I mean, that's a tough play. Off the end of the bat, that ball is knuckling, spinning, has some interesting spin to it. And in a back pedal like that, it makes it a tough play.
Now CJ Funk looks at a strike. And they're going to give Rogers an error. Funk walked and struck out. 0-1 pitch, strike 2. Ball high. Higgins has 4 strikeouts. Came in with 2 outs in the second. Look over at Fogel at first. And the 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Well, he struck out the side. Duke is stranded 5 on the last 2 innings. Reed's pitch is just outside. Fireved was up throwing earlier. You got to feel like he's pretty close, if not ready. There's a high pop-up. Second baseman Bishke is able to hold on. Hats blowing everywhere, including Bishke's, and he's able to track that down.
Yeah, you see him talking to his first baseman Cantwell there, how that ball was just, you know, bouncing back and forth with the wind, and then the hat coming off. That's another distraction thrown in there, but good job of sticking with it and making the play.
Gracia, a single and a walk. And a ball inside. Eight homers for the freshman. And he shoots that into the gap, and that is down for extra bases. Gracia heading into second base with his second hit of the game, second hit of the series, and a 1-out double for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I really love that swing there and the approach left on left. Sees that fastball on the outer half of the plate. Just a great piece of hitting to drive that the other way.
Alex Stone had 62 RBIs last year. There's a shot to left field and bounces off the wall. Run in for the Blue Devils with back-to-back doubles as Stone is in safely. It was played well by Vogel. And Stone had to hustle in, but clearly safe. And now Mike Bell is out. It's the third time he's been out. I think this might be the one with the hook. And he makes the motion to the bullpen. So Ryan Reed goes 4 1/3. Strikeouts for Fireved, and now facing Logan Bravo, who looks at a ball low. Bravo has a pair of homers in this series. Alex Stone at second base. And a swing and a miss. Firevid worked 3 1/3 against Georgia Tech, gave up 1 run. One pitch, and swinging through that one is Bravo. Firevid ahead in the count. And the 1-2 pitch, I think the same pitch almost 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, Fireved's a guy, he's going to throw you 3 pitches for strikes. Likes to go to the off speed, especially to righties with the changeup and the breaking ball. But he's been really solid out of the Pitt bullpen. One of their go-to guys in a situation like this with some long relief.
Bravo, one of a few that have come from the Ivies to Duke. It's a 2-time captain at Harvard. Three-two pitch, swing and a miss. Firevid gets Bravo chasing, and now 2 outs here in the 5th.
Yeah, that's a big pitch right there. Looked like he went to the changeup, and yeah, that's his go-to. That's his bread and butter, especially against the right-handed hitters.
And now Wallace Clark, who would have had a hit last inning if not for a diving play by Fogel in left. Ball low. See the numbers for Clark. 26 driven in. Runner at second, 2 outs. And ball high. Stone's double drove in Gracia at the second Blue Devils run. Blocked by Melendez. But it's now 3-0. First base is open. Devin Obie, who homered in his last at bat, is up next. And a strike called. That's not your typical just fire one in there 3-0.
Yeah, that was it looked like a breaking ball there. 3-0. Maybe thought Clark might pull the trigger if he leaves one over the middle.
And ball 4, and hustling down to third base is Stone. And now Devin Obie, who launched one for the first Duke run in the 4th. Run in for the Blue Devils here in the 5th. Opportunity to add another or potentially take the lead.
Come on, Dad.
And the first pitch is low from Firevet. Obie played in 50 games last year.
Come on, Dad.
Played in 37 games his first year. Ball grounded wide.
Come on, Dad.
1-1 the count, 2 outs here in the 5th. And again, a good block by Melendez. Some piece of debris has gotten loose. Camwell was going to chase after it and decided just to let it go. It was faster than him. Two on the count, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. And an off-speed pitch and a beauty. Two-two pitch. It remains. If Obi gets on base, prepare to hear an ovation. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. 4-2 game. Pitt leads. Panthers trying to get the last game of this 3-game series. And a high fly ball to center. Popa is back and watching it go out of here. The Blue Devils take a first lead of the game. A second home run for Devin Obi. A 3-run shot, and it's 5-4 Duke.
Yeah, and almost an identical spot of where he hit his first home run, and just gets another pitch elevated with 2 strikes, and he doesn't miss it. He puts a good swing on it. You see that pitch, you can't leave the breaking ball up in the zone, because good hitters are going to make you pay for it.
And you probably heard the applause in the background. Chase Cruson is up. Obi's 8th home run of the season. Cruson is batting for Mason Winslow. Cruson is from South Fayette High School, which is, I don't know what, about 8 miles from here or so. There's a number of green hats and green shirts. Looks like a lot of the high school team and probably family and friends are here.
Yeah, and with him being a freshman, probably played with most of these guys out to watch him play today. So a really cool moment for him.
Chase Cruson looks at one low. You see the numbers. Good average. Cruson grounds that to the third baseman. And Zuckerman the throw over. And that'll do it for Duke, but the Blue Devils get 4 in the 5th. And if you're Higgins, you've given up a couple of home runs, to the point we were saying about Reed. All right, you give up a solo or even a 2-run shot, you're not putting yourself out of the game. And for Higgins, it's either been he's given up a homer or done the pitcher's equivalent of a homer, which is strikeout. Struck out the side, sprinkled around the home runs. But behind 2-0 here to Popa. And Popa lines it to left field and judged well by Cruson. And the first out. Tyler Bischke, another Pittsburgh area product, along with Cruson. So is Dom, obviously. Duke has 18 players on the roster from the Northeast.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how good of a job they do at recruiting, and especially in the portal, and in getting guys, especially from the Ivy League. And most of those guys are from the Northeast. But they do a great job at recruiting the best talent, especially in the Northeast.
Chris Pollard looking on. His team had been trailing the entire game until one swing got them the lead.
Yeah, I mean, really similar to game 2 yesterday that we saw Panthers jump up to a lead. But the Blue Devils have the ability to get back in the game.
3-0 pitch is a strike. And strike two. David Boivay started, went 1 2/3. Gave up just a run, but he just didn't have control. There's a ground ball, well picked by Bravo, and he'll win the race to first. You look at the Panthers, they left 2 runners on in the first, 2 in the second. And really, Bishke made a great play in the first. Which kept the Panthers from adding to their then 1-0 lead. And you had a Zuckerman called on a ground out, a ball that went off his foot that wasn't caught by the umpires. And that was, they had a runner at second and 1 out at that point. And now trailing for the first time. And for Mike Bell and the Panthers, there's been a lot of games this year where you've been right there, and it just, as much as like last series we mentioned with Duke winning 3 one-run games, the Panthers just they've been the other team in those scenarios, just missing that key hit, that key pitch, that key defensive play.
Exactly. It's the little things, and that's the difference between wins and losses, especially in a conference that's this tough.
Jonas Saint Antoine, 1-2 is the count. And a timeout. I think something blew into his eyes. Those pellets get into in the windy day. Does that happen?
Yeah, no, they can, and that's never fun as a hitter, because you need your eyes to be able to hit.
That ought to be in every hitting manual. St. Antoine scored a run here today. 1-2 pitch and swing and a miss. So the Panthers go 1-2 in the 5th. And check swing by Kyle Johnson, the designated hitter. The game Friday was, there's a hard hit ball to right center field and gone. Kyle Johnson. Pitching, hitting, he does it all.
Yeah, I mean, how about the backside pop out of Johnson? I mean, that effortless to right center field. But again, we've seen the common theme. Whenever you hang a breaking ball over the middle of the plate, it's gonna get hammered, and he does just that.
Harrison Rogers showed bunt. 2 of the last 3 Duke batters have homered. And I think he offered it that. I think.
Yeah,
no?
I mean,
yeah.
Looks like he's just trying to pull that bunt with him, you know, in that area between first and second. But
look kind of like a softball when you get the softball that has the running.
Yeah, like the slap drag type hitters.
And ball low. Home run by Kyle Johnson to lead off the 6th, and now Duke is up 6-4. Harrison Rogers. Ball outside, 2-2. And if you're Firevid, you just got to settle down and keep this at a 2-run deficit. Just things you've seen from Duke all year. They just find ways. You know, you talk about teams that they were in the top 25, but you're looking at other teams and Here's Duke, 7 in the country. Just do all those things right, and they pitch it so well. And a ball low as Rogers works the walk. And a 2-run deficit. And the first pitch to Morris is ripped into center field, a base hit. And for the first time today, Gracia is going to get to see a righty. 2 on, nobody out. A run in on a solo home run by Kyle Johnson to lead off the inning. Or the Panthers could use a double play. 1-0 pitch. Hit hard and foul. Four runs in the 5th inning after a solo run in the 4th, and now a run here in the 6th. The ball outside. Fernandez the stretch, and the pitch is high and inside. Coming into the series, Duke had gotten 61% of its runs from the 4th to the 8th innings. Swing and a miss. They have scored all of their runs between the 4th and now the 6th inning.
See, and then, you know, that's scoring it when it matters, right?
And a swing and a miss. Fernandez gets the strikeout.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big out there for Fernandez. Now it sets up the opportunity to get you a double play, get you out of the inning. That's a big guy to get there.
So Gracia's out for the first time today. Now Alex Stone, who doubled in a run last inning.
Good.
29 driven in this year. And a line shot, and he's going to add to that total. That ball is going to go all the way to the wall. Stone will hang at second base. Second runner is flying in. 2 in for the Blue Devils on a 2-run double by Alex Stone.
I mean, Stone showed us all weekend that he's a force in this Duke lineup, and he does it there again. That's a clutch hit, RBI, and he's been a guy that's really come in clutch. You see, but that's another one. The ball's just breaking ball up in the zone. He's too good of a hitter. He's going to make you pay for it.
And now Logan Bravo, who is the only Duke player not to get on base, and a little looper is going to be caught by Fogel. Now 2 outs. So Stone saves at second. 3 driven in for Stone, 4 driven in by Obi. And now Wallace Clark. Clark 0 for 2, scored a run. 7th batter of the inning And a ball high. One 0 pitch is just skied. Funk is looking for it. Has a beat on it, and it's over his head. The ball gets out there in that wind. It just can be. I mean, you've played out there, Nico. You know what right field can be like here at Charles L. Cost. Another run here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and battling the sun there too. A mix of the sun and the wind makes it tough. It's just it's a helpless feeling when you're out there and you're battling it, because you know you want to make the play for your pitcher and for your guys, but it's tough battling the elements.
At third is Wallace Clark. 9 for Duke. It's 8 straight runs for the Blue Devils. And good pitch for a strike. Obi hit homers 7 and 8 in the matter of the last 40 minutes. And now behind in the count. The Blue Devils have hit for the cycle as a team this inning. One-two pitch is high and outside. Obi doing damage, not just out to the trees, but that last foul ball. Park at your own risk. Yeah. Someone's going to walk outside. Gonna see that 2-2 pitch. And there's another high pop up to right field. Shielding his eyes is Funk, and he puts it away. And tough conditions out there in right. Blue Devils get 4 more. He was second team all ACC. Last year he was their stopper. He was a stopper of the year finalist, all freshman team. Of course, with O'Shell. And that's just, it's almost like a bullpen all-star team.
Right. I mean, we've seen and now we've seen it all so far this weekend. This is the best bullpen that I've seen so far this year in the ACC by far. And they just bring guys out, guy after guy, and you're just wondering, like, when is it going to stop? When are we going to get a breather?
Then you got and a swing and a miss. Talon gets a first strikeout here in the 6th, and you could just, there's some good energy here from the Pitt standpoint, and you could just feel it sucked out of this ballpark. Bielenson is the big righty you saw kind of dancing a ball around out there in the bullpen. Yeah, it's just kind of the feeling here with Pitt fans. You take the lead, you have the 1-0 lead for a few innings, it ties up, you get the 3 runs back, so you answer. There is a shot into right center field and a home run for Ryan Zuckerman. That'll make the hometown group a little happier. The 3rd Panther home run. And it's now 9-5.
Yeah, I really like the swing there from Zuckerman. Off the lefty, going with that fastball out over the middle of the plate. And we talked about it earlier in watching BP, that today was going to be a good day to hit, and we've seen it with all these home runs for both sides.
Swing and a miss. Today would be a good day to be a DH. You don't have to play in any of those wind conditions, but you can hit in them.
Exactly. Avoid the sun, avoid the wind.
And strike 3 called on the outside corner. Cantwell, who homered last at bat, called out on strikes, and now Jaden Melendez.
Yeah, I mean, I like the bounce back there from Talon. You know, unfazed by the home run, right back to the fastball. What he does best, and making quick work of Cantwell there.
Well, really, in today's game, if you're a pitcher and you're going to get upset when you give up a home run, you're not going to be a pitcher long.
Oh, exactly, because you're going to give up. You're going to give up your fair share. Yeah.
I mean, even the really good ones give up home runs. Years like Garrett Cole, you see give up a ton of home runs, but he shoves. There's a line drive into left field, base hit for Melendez. 2-out single. And if you're Pitt, you know, it's still the 6th inning. You got to run in, cut the lead to 4. You get another. I might take a triple to score Melendez. You keep the rally going. Vogel's been on base, but officially 0 for 3. And he grounds out. Now 0-2 the count. James Talon, the 3rd pitcher for the Blue Devils. Probably not the last. Vogel looks at a ball. And the 1-2 is fouled away. Each team has hit 3 homers in this one. You leave a pitch up today, you're going to pay. 1-2 pitch, and that one's left up, and Vogel's not able to find it. Had a single, double, triple, and homer in that inning alone. Panthers got a run back in the bottom of the 6th as we start the 7th. And Chase Cruson, who pinch hit in the 5th, grounded out. You see the Blue Devils 8 runs in the last couple of innings. Off-speed pitch is low. 2-0. You said it, Duke comes alive between the 4th and 8th. You see that stat, you're like, okay, and then it just comes to life. With 9 runs for the Blue Devils, all in that time span. Is that part of that, seeing the pitcher once or twice, maybe getting into the bullpen a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've done a really good job this weekend at making adjustments after their first at bats.
Cruson looks at the first strike. And the pitch from Porter is ball 4. Kyle Johnson, last time he was up. And now runner at first and nobody out. And a 4-run Duke lead. Porter throws a strike. One the count. Duke looking for a 27th win on the season, 12th in the conference. And a big swing and a miss. Porter, the 4th Pitt pitcher. And a pitch violation on the Panthers is going to make it 2-2. Didn't get in off in time before the clock ran out. And a swing and a miss, gets the strikeout anyway. So comes back after that. Overall, fan of the pitch clock or not?
I think I am a fan, actually, but I haven't really seen. I don't think I've really seen the effects of it in the college game as much as we've seen in the professional game. I don't really. That was the first pitch violation that I've seen, at least so far this weekend. So I don't think it's really affected the college game much. But I do think I like that we're trying to, keep the pace of play going well, because sometimes you'll have guys that take a little bit too long, whether it be a pitcher or a hitter. But the pace of play is definitely important.
Swing and a miss after the strikeout of Kyle Johnson. Harrison Rogers, who walked and scored in the 6th. And there is a high hit foul ball. Oh, and 2 the count on Rogers. Ryan Reed went 4 1/3. And Melendez able to knock it down, but heading down to second base, and safe is Cruson. Wild pitch. So Reed went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. You see Cruson get into second base. Then Fireved, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. And another pitch that gets wide of the catcher. So 2 straight wild pitches and a runner in scoring position. Fernandez went 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned and a strikeout. Back-to-back wild pitches. Now infield is moved in a bit on this 2-2 to Rogers. And that's a fly ball to left. Getting under it is Fogel. Fogel catches it. His throw to the cutoff is perfect. And Cruson has to stay at third. Well judged by the left fielder Fogel. So now 2 outs. Panthers trying to stay in striking distance here, down 4 to Duke. Zach Morris has singled as part of 4 at bats.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Porter here, it's crucial to keep this a 4-run ball game. Really need to get this guy here, get your team in the dugout.
1-0 pitch, strike called. Morris hitting .322. 35 RBIs. There's a line drive to right field. 36 RBIs. And a double for Morris, and it's 10-5 Duke. AJ Gracia now for the Blue Devils. Another good swing from Duke.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good lefty matchup type guy, and it's just been a little inconsistent. But whenever he's filling up the zone and he's able to utilize all of his pitches and throw them for strikes, he's given the Panthers some really quality innings.
And there you go. There's a strike. And strike two. So a good start here for Partridge. And a line drive caught by the shortstop. He'll throw over anyway. It's funny for Gracia saying, "Hey, I'm safe," and no. And a ball high to CJ Funk. Almost pulled the trigger, but that was high. 2-0. Funk has walked and struck out twice. See, if he were able to pull one and get it through the infield somehow, he could run for a while. It's an interesting line because you've got the outfield shifted to the right and the infield shifted to the left. And outside corner strike, 2-1. Big swing by Funk. Three-two pitch, and Panthers once again have a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, and really that's the recipe for the Panthers to get back into this ball game. It just starts about finding ways on base, and then you go from there. You got to do the little things and just getting a guy on and pass the bat.
It's the fourth leadoff runner on. So far, only one has scored. Ball high. So Popa, the RBI single. Ball high, now 2-0. And there's been some scurrying now in the Duke bullpen. Strike called. There you see movement around. Jimmy Romano. And there's a line drive into center field that is down for a base hit. Obi came in quickly. Funk able to get down to second base, so first and second. Another good swing for Popa. And the one time he hasn't been on base, he hit it well to left field.
Yeah, definitely like the approach seeing out of him today. Just aggressive, nice short, compact swing. Does a nice job keeping that shoulder in on the left-on-left matchup, and that's how it starts. It's just about piecing together good at bats and seeing. You don't need to get it all back at once, but it's maybe one or two runs this inning, one or two runs that next inning, and that's really the way to get back into this ball game.
Tyler Bischke. Ball high. Bischke has 20 driven in this year. And that one gets by the catcher Stone and to the backstop. 2 runners in scoring position now for Bischke.
Okay, team, make a play for him right here. There.
You see Funk taking off for third base. And again, high and outside. Talent after getting that swinging strike. Now 3 straight balls. Freshman Jonas St. Antoine is on deck. There's a high fly ball to center. Going back is Obi, and it's gone. Tyler Bischke, a 3-run homer, and it's 10-8.
Yeah, and that's how it happens. That's how it happens. You get guys on base, and big swing there from Bischke, and the Panthers are right back in this ball game.
Talent just having a hard time finding the plate and getting behind batters. Walked one, then Popa lined the single, and then the 7th homer of the day.
Right, and we see it again. If you elevate a pitch, especially today with the wind, the warm weather, the ball's flying, and if you get your barrel to a pitch up in the zone, it's gonna go.
And the wind right now is like yesterday, a little bit. That Old Glory is just going in the breeze. Ball outside. St. Antoine.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, if the wind would play a factor or not, like it did yesterday, and we've seen, like, we've answered our question.
Yeah. Well, Mike Bell's team has fought back. There are times in this game where you just thought, you know, here you go again, but nope. They keep fighting, and they dribbles one down the left field line to St. Antoine, and he's going to have to stay at first base, but the shift was on, and a shift buster single.
Hey, that's right. It goes down in the books like a line drive.
Hey, that's the pros and cons of that shift.
Exactly.
If not, it's a ground out to third. I remember when the shifting started in Major League Baseball, the veterans, guys like A.J. Burnett would get so ticked off when they see a ball go to where a fielder would normally be. Of course, they forget about the times that people hit right into the shift.
Right, a left-hander hammers a line drive to short right field, but the second baseman's standing out there.
Jake Kendrow looks at a strike. Kendrow is now the tying run. And we still got plenty of baseball to play. Just a gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh. Kendrow fouls it away. 77 degrees. One-two pitch. It's outside. Nobody out here in the 7th. A walk, single, homer. And a single again. And the ball is inside. 3-2 to Kendrow. Ryan Zuckerman, who has a homer in this game, is on deck. Runner goes, and that's fouled at the plate. Just takes the mask right off Stone. Again, the 3-2, and from his knees, Stone throws him out. Another pitcher airdropped here to Charles L. Cost Field. And this time it's Jimmy Romano. Everybody loves Jimmy. And a ground ball hit hard, bobbled by the third baseman, but still in time to throw it over. Seems to have worked for this Duke team, ranked 7th in the nation. It's a worthwhile trip for Chris Pollard and his staff and his team, and you're seeing the newcomers, the impact that they've made with this Blue Devil team. Stone, a ground ball to Zuckerman. Throw over, 1 out. Ben Koval is the new pitcher for the Panthers. Sixth different pitcher used by Pitt today. And another ground ball to third, and it is fair. Zuckerman on the run, high throw, but good job of keeping his feet down by Cantwell, and quickly 2 outs.
Yeah, Covell doing his job here. He's a guy, he comes from a little, 3/4 arm slot, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to make teams beat the ball into the ground. So you're in that situation, your defense got to have your back, make the plays, and nice job by Zuckerman there, getting tested early and making some nice plays.
Grad student from Fordham, 2 quick outs. And he's throwing strikes. Wallace Clark. Boy, if the Panthers could, after getting a 3-run homer, blank Duke here in the 8th, keep that momentum riding into the bottom. Wallace Clark tripled on a high fly ball to right. Also walked and scored. Triple drove in a run. And a ball outside. Strike called. And a swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning. Well done. Strike called. And I think we've got an issue with the first baseman. Let's see how he leads off here. 1 strike. And Bravo's okay. And there's a line drive foul. Cantwell. Boom. And a check swing doesn't go. Cantwell crushed that homer to right field, and line drives for a base hit to right field. Even with the shift, he's able to find Green, and a leadoff hit for the Panthers. And now Jaden Melendez. Ten home runs on the season to lead the Panthers. That ball is out of play. Single and a run for Melendez. Runner at first is Cantwell, and a ball high. Melendez hitting .241, 10 homers, 25 driven in. Panthers down 2. Now 2 strikes. Stretch by Romero. And strike 3 called. Just fooled Melendez for the first out of the 8th.
Really nice pitch there from Romano. It just that's a pitcher's pitch there. I mean, if you're Melendez in that situation, you can't do much with that. Just a maybe foul it off, but froze him. A really good execution of his breaking ball there.
So 1 out and a runner on. Justin Fogel. That ball down the left field line, and you have to pause for a minute because of the way the wind's blowing. Fogel a rare strikeout in the 6th.
Whoa.
It's been a windy weekend here in Pittsburgh. And a 10-8 Duke lead. Fogel hits one hard and past the shortstop. Goes by Clark, heading to third base is Cantwell, and runners at the corners and 1 out. Panthers scored 3 runs in the 7th inning. And now C.J. Funk with 1 out, runners at the corners. Funk has walked twice, struck out twice, and scored once.
Yeah, big at bat here from Funk. It's just like Fogel, nice and simple approach.
And a strike called.
But got to find a way to drive home this run.
Romano has a lot of experience in his junior season. The 0-1 pitch, and swing and a miss, and a beauty pitch by the Jersey native.
Yeah, back-to-back sliders there. That's a really good pitch.
So now Funk is 0-2. And good block by Stone. Cantwell went a little bit down the line, but just no chance there. Romano the stretch. And the 1-2. Again, good eye by Funk.
Yeah, you see that 4 straight sliders there. Don't be surprised if he comes back with another one. maybe one more towards the strike zone like he did with the first 2 pitches.
2-2, and it's lined through into center field, a base hit. It's 10-9.
Love the adjustment there from Funk. He got that slider again. Got it to the first 2 pitches, you know, but a really nice job at adjusting and shortening up his swing. And a great piece of hitting there.
So Funk able to get his first RBI of the game, and now Dom Pope, the new pitcher, not a stranger to this series. And a strike to Dom Popa. 2 on, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Panthers trailing by a run. Austin Winkelbeck is the pinch runner. And Popa right on it, fouls it back. Bielenson 2 innings, struck out 4 yesterday. 0-2 pitch. Popa grounds it. Diving play by the first baseman, but loses it. Bases are loaded and 1 out. It's a good stop by Bravo. And, you know, you remember that cut on the hand. I'm not saying it necessarily had anything to do with that because it looked like he lost it in transition, but
yeah, I mean a tough play whenever you're diving that, and he was playing in that 4-hole as well. So a tough play there. And I think it was going to be a close play at first, even if he was there, just with Popa's speed and having to race Bielenson to the bag. But brings up the opportunity here for Bischke,
who hit a 3-run homer in his last at bat. Bases loaded. 4 singles in the inning, 3 straight. Ball is fouled by Bischke. Count now 2-1. Second batter for Bielenson. And a ground ball through into left field. Runner is being held at third base. The game is tied. Still only 1 out. Fourth RBI for Tyler Bischke. And now the freshman, Jonah St. Antoine, against Duke, with a chance to put the Panthers in front. It's 10-10 here in the 8th.
Yeah, clutch hitting there from Bischke. The ball hit too hard. Funk was motoring around second, but
and he rolls over and through. Base hit for St. Antoine, and the Panthers have taken the lead.
Love that the freshman fired up. Just a big time swing. Love the aggressiveness early. I mean, this is their guy, Bielenson. He's been nails out of the pen all season for them, and just that's a really I love the approach there from the freshman.
So the Panthers finding holes in this infield. Not that the defense has been bad, they just hit it where they're not. And Pitt has fought back. 6 unanswered runs. Kendro fouls it away. Kendro has homered, sack bunt, and struck out a couple of times. 5 straight hits for the Panthers. Pitt leads at 11-10. Strike call.
Right, and if you're the Panthers offense here, you can't take your foot off the gas pedal, because we saw it yesterday that this Duke offense, they can put up runs. So you want to try to get some more insurance.
And a check swing too far, and a strikeout for the second out. Big strikeout from Bielenson, and now Zuckerman. Zuckerman is also homered in this game and just went a little too far. And with the way the ball is flying out of here, no lead is safe, as has been proven with Duke holding a 5-run lead. And the Panthers able to take it back here in the 8th. Count even on Zuckerman. Popa at third, Bischke at second, St. Antoine at first. That one's going to get out of play. Eight RBIs for the last 4 batters in the Pitt lineup today. Bischke with 4. St. Antoine, the big one there. 2 for Kendro and 1 for Zuckerman. And looks at that ball away. Does Zuckerman. Now 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the 8th. And a swing and a miss. So Bielenson able to get a couple of big strikeouts. Panthers have taken the lead with 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And a big swing. What do you think Obi was thinking there?
I think he's trying to put up a 3rd home run, huh? I mean, if you're the Blue Devils, this is the guy that you want at the plate. I mean, he's seeing the ball really well today. But then if you're the Panthers, this is your guy. This is your closer out of the pen.
And a strike called. Ryan Reed, Ethan Fireved, Matt Porter, Minning. He brought some emotion off the mound.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's something that might go overlooked, but that was a huge inning out of Koval, and gave the Panthers the opportunity to get back in the ball game.
And a ground ball to short, having to go back on it. Long throw over, and gets loose from Cantwell, and heading down to second base is Obi. That was going to be a tough play for Kendro. And the ball just got free of Cantwell.
Yeah, I mean that extra chop and having to make that throw from the outfield grass is tough, especially with a guy like Obi getting down the line quick. Just really, you gotta block that up. I think if you're Cantwell there, just to avoid Obi being able to get to second, now in scoring position.
So here are the Blue Devils now with the runner at second base and nobody out. And the pitch hitter, Tyler Albright. They wanted to go with the right. He was going to square and lay it down right back at the pitcher. Obi stays at second base. Bunted just a little too hard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Albright there, that bunt's got to go more towards the first baseline or the third baseline. It can't go right back to the pitcher like that, because, I mean, Obi's got to freeze on that because he can't run into an out at third base. So a good heads up play from Fox, making sure that he got the guy out quick.
So Jimmy Evans, the senior outfielder, will pinch hit for Kyle Johnson. And he looks at a strike from Phil Fox. Evans has had limited looks, but he's 3 for 6 this year. He's a transfer from Tufts. And a high chopper is going to be a tough play. Bishke runs in on it, gets it over to first. Runner goes over to third, but 2 outs now.
Smart play there by Bishke, charging that big hop. That's a very veteran, smart play by the second baseman.
Comes down to Phil Fox against Harrison Rogers, and you really want to deal with Rogers because Zach Morris is on deck. Two outs here in the 9th. Duke needs a run to tie it. Fouled back, strike 1. See that Panther bench. Man, it looked bleak for Pitt, trailing 10-5. 3 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. Trying to take 1 game out of this series. And a high pop-up. And even with the wind, that is going to stay out of play, but nearly blew back in. But it's 2 strikes on Rogers. Two strikes on Rogers, 2 outs. The runner at third is Obi. Fox looks in. And the 0-2. Strike 3 called. What a game, Nico.
Awesome game.